Hey, you ever been so happy, just so genuinely, peacefully happy, that you try to hide how happy you are because you don't want to come off as that too chipper person that that people come to dislike. You know what I'm saying? You know that happy person just okay. They just always too happy. You just don't like them. Yeah. Well, lately that's been me. You feel me? And this is coming from somebody who up until March 2021 dealt with a lot of dark depression and just anxiety. Um, so so before I even tell you about March 2021, what happened then and how a shift happened in my mind is like up until that point, I always, especially getting closer to March 2021, I always dealt with a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, just to the point where I would go to my prayer closet multiple times a day, sometimes, and even when I'd be riding around in my car, I would just pull over and just be crying, or just not be crying so bad that I still could drive, but just all the time in solitude, I would just cry, and because I would just have this like a dark cloud over me, to the point where I just wanted to cry all the time, and I would even ask God, it's like, God, just remove it from me, just give me peace, just whatever it is, like what's going on. I mean, because I would be crying and absolutely nothing was wrong. It's just I was just depressed, and this was going on for a while, and again leading up to March 2021, it was getting even worse. But I always just was always just anxious, just all my life, just go 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 go. But in March 2021, I was diagnosed with hyper anxiety. I may be the name they give it, but it definitely was something. That's what they label it as. And I know they can label it as a whole bunch of other different things, just so they can try to prescribe and push different meds on you. But I was diagnosed with hyper anxiety. So after a couple therapists, and after this fire in my head just would not stop, like I said, the depression just would not stop, I saw a psychologist, and then after several strenuous and lengthy consultations, and journaling of my behavioral and thought processes, and just all the different thoughts that were going on in my head, just after a while of journaling that, my psychologist diagnosed me with hyperanxiety, and then I was able to get meds. Now, just to give you a backstory on just how my mind is, ever since I was a little kid, growing up in Elsa, South Carolina, a lot of people just knew me to be that person, just always go, go, go. Even since elementary school, just go, 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 do, conquer, 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 get the high grades, complete. That's just always me. I was just always just going. That's just how my mind was, to the point my mom shared a story with me not too long ago. Well, long ago now, because she's been gone for about a little over 7 years, about 9 years now. But she shared a story with me where she would get calls from the teachers all the time. It was like, hey, Theo's a great student. Like, I would always get A's, just A's. He's a great student, but when he gets done with his work, he just bothers everybody. He's such a disruption. He just talks and he's just going on and on, goes on and on and on. And my mom said, just give him extra work. Just give him as much work, as many puzzles, just math problems, literature, composition, whatever. Just give him work. That'll keep him busy. That'll calm him down, and it worked like a charm. I don't remember this. I was young. I was in younger elementary school. But she said that's what she used to have to tell the teachers. And when she mentioned it, I do remember quite a few times when I got done with work early, and the teacher would give me work. You know, I didn't know that's what was going on at the time. You know, but I did think back to that when after my mom mentioned it. But anyway, so that's my mind just always been like that. Now, with my psychologist, what we discovered was that my anxiety started to grow to the point where it was just unmanageable. My depression grew to the point where it was unmanageable, because up until the point where I started gaining more knowledge about finances, generational wealth, trading, real estate, just all of these different things to leave as a legacy for my family, As I started learning more about these things, more of the things that I wanted to accomplish involved a crock pot process. And then that's when my anxiety and depression set in, because before, up until that point, because my lifetime of sales I used to do, or just any other jobs that pertain to production and me doing something, I was able to complete tasks, or even any personal goals like my book and the podcast, all of that different stuff. There were things that I could complete, even though there's a whole bunch of tasks to it, and it may take some time to do these different things. I was able to do them and complete them. So that would do away with the depression. So the anxiety would be me having to do it all the time, and then I wouldn't get into the depression of it because I would complete these tasks. But with all of these different things that God has shown me with my vision, all, like I said, all the generational wealth and things that I'm trying to do, it's a crock pot process. So the fact that I wasn't able to complete and close these things out in my head a timely manner, even though it's a crock pot process, I was getting depressed from it. And so that's what was causing me to be so down and out, and that fire in my brain was just growing and growing. And when I tell you it was tiring. Just to be crying all the time. It's just I just always want to think anything in my control. I wanted to be able to just have it be perfect, because that would be less of a fire in my head, just less things to bring me down. When I tell you, when I tell you how much I used to just cry, just for no reason, there would be nothing wrong, but just I couldn't figure it out. You feel me? And thank God. But anyway, so my psychologist prescribed me, and this is March 2021, she prescribed, after I was diagnosed with the hyperanxiety, again, that's what they label it, but it definitely was something. I don't call it what you want to. Hyperanxiety does sound pretty accurate, in my opinion. But she prescribed me sertraline and gabapentin. I said it wrong, trust me, I did. But so she subscribed me that, and within a week, taking those 2 meds daily, within a week, it was like somebody put the fire out. It was like I with all of the different moods up and down, all of the different, just everything that was just causing me just friction in my mind, it was like it was just wiped away. They weren't happy pills, but they took away all of that dark and dismal, so I just felt normal again. Right now, the only side effect was that it took away a lot of my drive and oomph to go execute and just have that competitive nature, like working out. I'll just use that one for example. I just didn't care about working out. I picked up like 30 pounds in 9 months because of the meds. But I consider that a small casualty of war, to not have to deal with that fire in my head. You feel me? I picked up weight, and I kept telling myself, all right, well, we're going to lose it. I wasn't depressed about it. Now, true, I still get sad under normal circumstances, under the appropriate circumstances that someone should get sad about something. I get sad, but I don't get depressed like I used to be. I don't have to go crying in my closet several times a day asking God what's going on in my head. Like, I literally used to do that in my prayer closet. And in my car, wherever I would be, I would just break down. But anyway, so it stopped all of that from happening. So that was a side effect, was one of the side effects. It just took away that bite. So after more consultations with my psychologist, I decided to start introducing something natural that I could do away with the prescription meds. Even if me switching to something natural still had me where I didn't want to work out and do things of that nature, I was cool with it. Again, I consider that a small casualty war, but I just wanted something natural. So in my search, what kept top of the list for positive reviews was CBD oils. Now the CBD oils, and this isn't an ad for CBD oils or sertraline or gabapentin, whatever, you know the word I'm trying to say. But it's not an ad for that. But I did want something that was natural, and CBD oils kept coming up at the top of the list of reviews, so I tried it, doing tinctures, right? And it's all natural. Within a week again, got a response to it like I did the regular meds. Like I started using the CBD oils and not the the prescription meds, man-made meds. I started using something natural that God made. And the fire stayed gone, but I got my competitive edge back. It was within 3-4 days. It's funny, I could feel my brain coming back alive. Thoughts just kept coming to me. I was writing more. It was just everything. I feel like I do now. You know what I'm saying? I'm normal. And I'm typically just happy-go-lucky anyway. So I'm back to myself again. And it's been over a year now, but over a month, almost 2 months that I've been using CBD oils, and it's just really made a difference, and just really brought me back to life. I don't know who this testimony is for, but I'm pretty sure it'll help somebody. You feel me? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are dealing with some type of chemical imbalance or whatever, that they could use some type of natural supplement. So I just encourage them to explore whatever, you know. Maybe a natural supplement won't do it, and there is a prescribed medicine that may help them. But again, this is really just my testimony to tell you, if you just stick with God and just continue to ask and pray and seek and look for ways, because if I just stopped looking for ways, I would have continued to drink, which was my crutch. So I was actually mislabeled as an alcoholic, but because I used to drink alcohol, I would lapse, because it got to the point before where I used to do alcohol and drugs. But now it got to the point where I was only doing alcohol, but I was doing it not to get drunk, but come to find out I was doing it to put that fire out. That was the only remedy I knew. So that's what I would fall back to when just the fire and the noise just got too loud. You feel me? So I was mislabeled as an alcoholic for a while. Although I still abstain from it, I'll stay away from it because I don't have to have it. So just because I don't want my family to worry, you know, I'll just stay away from it. But I do realize now that I'm not an alcoholic. It was just that fire that I was putting out. But I think I just lost my train of thought, but I'll end it here. One of the main things that I gathered from this whole experience is protect your peace at all costs. All morally, you know, ethical, you know, good Christian like costs. Like at all costs, protect your peace. And why I say that now is because now that that fire is gone, people who are distractions or places that are distractions or that cause me grief or just cause me to be sad in my spirit, not depressed, but sad in my spirit, now those things are much more clearer now because the fire is gone. Before, when all that was going on in my head, you know, I would try to make situations and places fit, you know, my life when they really wouldn't. They really didn't. They kept clashing. Whether it's being around people who just always know it all and just always want to give their input. It's just people who you just rather not be around, you know, or just companies or organizations that you were putting up with as you're going through your storm or whatever. After all of that is gone out of the way, it becomes much more clearer now what in your life is causing you unrest in your spirit. And so what I've started doing ever since I first started getting peace in my mind is I've slowly started cutting out different people and places and things out of my life that was causing friction, that was causing unrest and was affecting my peace. So that's it. Just protect your peace at all costs. Protect your peace. If you got something going on in your mind that's really causing you to really go through it, see a therapist, see a psychologist, see a psychiatrist, because you never know what victory could be for you around the corner. A lot of people with mental health is at the forefront of a lot of people's minds now. I don't know why there's so much more awareness now, but it's real. I guess we've just been neglecting it and mislabeling it for so long. Now it's really coming to light that there's chemical imbalances, and that's mental health. That doesn't mean you're schizo or crazy, not to use those terms in a bad way. Forgive me for anybody that is offended by that. But whatever it is that you feel that's going to affect your peace, again, that's just what I want to end it with. Just by all means, just find out what gives you peace. Cut out things and people and places that affect your peace. Now, some people, they have to be in your circle, so you're going to have to address them and let them know, hey, when you do this and this and this, it pisses me off. Plain and simple. You might have to say it like that. Some people you may have to, but find out what it is after you've gotten rid of the storm and the fire in your head, and you see what still exists in your life that doesn't bring you peace. Address it or dismiss it. Yeah. Protect your peace at all costs. And don't apologize for it. Be moral, be ethical about how you do it. Protect your peace. I can't say it enough. Protect your peace.